to, or who were the first in medicine. And so, first African American female, which was Dr. Crumbler, which was an amazing feat because she was doing a lot of things during slavery, and how she became a doctor even in the midst of that. So I want you guys to go back and check out my videos from last year, I guess around February. You know, most of the time we do African American history. We talk about, you know, the ones that we know the most. You know, Martin Luther King, Frederick Douglass, Macy Jameson, who was an astronaut, was also a doctor, Daniel Hale Williams. Those are a few that I've talked about last year. Um, so just know that we have contributed heavily to medicine as a people and as a culture. So I'm really excited about that. Hey, Miss Mazine, please like, invite, and share as you guys come on. I'm Dr. Grace Patterson Managing owner of Bethesda Holistic Center and Everything New, located in Southfield, Michigan. And it's Medical Monday, and we're going to be talking about some exercise research. And I'm going to tell you what I've been discovering during some of my studies in regards to exercising, and and some of the things that have been told to us, which I question, and I want to share this with you guys and see what you think about it. So as you guys come on, please like, invite, and share as you come on. I'm going to talk about Solomon Carla Fuller, which is an American physician. Solomon Fuller was a pioneering American librarian and African American physician, psychiatrist, pathologist, and professor. Isn't that a lot? Okay. Born in Monrovia, Liberia, he completed his college education and medical degree in the United States. So he was born August 11th, 1872. He died in January 16th, 1953, in Framingham, Massachusetts. And he contributed a lot to the medical profession, especially in psychiatry, which is very, very near and dear to my heart, because a lot of things that, hey Doris, thank you for joining on. A lot of things that we see and that we deal with on a regular basis as doctors, we should be treating our patients from the inside out, emotionally, mentally, and physically. And psychiatry and psychologists, we take our hats off to you and kudos to you, because within the last, I would say, decade or so, in regards to mental illness and disease, especially in the African American community, has been more vocal. Taraji P. Henson has founded one of her nonprofits on in addressing mental illness. You know, a lot of African American people that are in the limelight are talking about their battles and struggle with bipolar disease and things of that nature. And you know, being culturally, African Americans didn't talk about people in their family or about themselves that had challenges with mental illnesses and disease. So it is very, very important that we have the conversation and know that it's okay if you need to go talk to someone with some letters behind their name to help you sort through some things mentally and emotionally. It is okay. It's we have to get around the labeling. We have to get around the being judgmental, because it is part of life. And our mindset and our thinking is what drives our behavior. And our mindset and our thinking also not only drives our behavior, but also as a manifestation of our health. And I've done talks and studies about that extensively, about mindset and your thinking and thoughts, how it allows certain chemicals to be released to line the body up with whatever you're thinking. So if you're thinking bad, your health most of the time will be bad. And if you're thinking, or if you're someone who is very positive and happy-go-lucky, as they say, health is probably, and have a good outlook and perspective on life, your health is probably a lot better. So thank you for joining on, Doris. Please like, invite, and share as you come on. So please, what we're going to talk about is I've been doing some research and studying. As you guys know, I'm working on my board certification for anti-aging, and I'm really excited about that. And one of the things that I came across in one of my studies is our ideal and our philosophy on exercise. So some of the things that I have taught on in the past is based upon what I have been trained as an MD, as a doctor, to tell our patients what is the best way in regards to keeping your body moving and health. How we as Americans live a high sedentary lifestyle, which means we sit more than we move. And sitting more than we move also contributes to obesity, which obesity contributes to a whole myriad of diseases: high blood pressure, sugar diabetes, some cancers, all of that. So it's best to be moving, to burn calories, to keep obesity down, to keep other sickness, infirmity, diseases down as well. But we have been trained to tell our patients that what we supposed to at least be moving or doing some type of form of exercise 30 minutes a day, and that's above and beyond um, your daily activity. So I remember mentioning this before. I've gotten asked if I have a high physical job, be it in physical labor, be it a carpenter, or being someone who works in a plant, or be it someone who walks, a supervisor that does a lot of walking in a plant. That is work, that's part of your daily activity. We are looking for you to do over and beyond that, to contribute to your overall health and well being as far as exercise is concerned. Um, Historically speaking, I've said this a lot as well too. Guess what? Everything to our convenience is not to our benefit. So if you can look back even maybe 150 years ago, 100 years ago, 50 years ago, especially in Detroit, we're known as the Motor City. That's why our transportation situation, as far as public transportation, is not the best, because we were known as the Motor City because we had the big three here and everyone basically had cars. But prior to that, during the horse and buggy days, people that didn't have horse and buggies, they had to walk. They walked everywhere, and they grew their own food, and they hunted. And so it took more physical labor to even to sustain nutrition. So that has been taken away. So there's no physical labor to sustain nutrition right now. Everything is to our convenience. Grocery stores, everything is grown for us, processed for us, shipped for us, put into the grocery store for us. Um, some of us have people who shop for us, and some of us still have to go to the grocery store. But now they're even making that more convenient. You can shop online, and they have a pickup area at certain markets where after you pull up, you could text them and let them know that you're in a parking lot, and they bring your food out to you. So there's no more getting the buggy, going in, walking around the market to buy your food. So it's becoming more and more convenient. So it's taking less and less physical activity. So let's look at our history for a moment. And hey, Rhonda, thank you for joining on. Please like, invite, and share as you guys come on. Let's talk about our history in regards to how we were wired and designed in hunter-gatherer, provider sort of thing, sustaining our nutrition. We would have to hunt. And so that means, or fish, or whatever the case may be, that took physical labor and physical activity to do so. Or in certain cases, we were designed for flight or fight or flight, which means that you had to defend yourself or protect yourself by running away from danger. And so that was for short bursts of energy. And so short bursts of energy with the fight or flight, that is how we were wired and designed historically, in regards to our lives. But now, being that, like I said, most things are now to our convenience and not to our benefit, we have to exercise or keep our body moving. So the question then becomes, do we maintain the way that we were created and wired for the flight or fright mode, fight or flight mode, I should say, which is short bursts of energy or short bursts of physical activity, which gets that metabolism going, which burns those calories? Or do we do long, extensive exercises, which we have been told we to do 30 minutes to an hour? Sometimes there's classes that if you belong to a gym or have a professional trainer or whatever the case may be, um, are we wired to do the short bursts versus 30 minutes, 45 minutes to an hour? Some people spend even 2 hours at a time at the gym. So the question becomes, how does that really work? Um, and so in my studies and my research, I have realized that due to what we call physiology, or the physicists or people that are doing things in research in regards to body moving and exercise. Hey, Michael Wells, thank you for joining on. Thank you, Rhonda Dawson. Thank you for joining on. Listen to what I'm telling you. That research has proven that short bursts of exercise is more beneficial for your cardiac and pulmonary and burning calories than long, strenuous exercise. And you're going to probably be hearing more of that this year and years to come. That there's going to be changes in the ideals of exercise. Um, so I've said this before. Some people have asked me, should you exercise and for how long? So the question then becomes, what is the best? So the thing you need to know and understand, how did God create us? So let's start there. So like I said, the short burst of exercise, the chemicals that are released that help burns the calories that are needed, and the chemicals that are released for short periods of time is what we and how we've been created to do versus long, strenuous. Now, don't get me wrong, when we were in an agriculture age where most of the United States were farmland and things of that nature, there will be long days which took strenuous exercise and work. But at the same time, we were burning more calories and we would have to eat more and larger meals. So that's where breakfast come in, lunch, supper, and dinner. My mom used to tell me about how they used to eat, and it's totally different than what we do now. Um, and in between those long days, if it was a farmer or whatever, in between those times and days, they would have to supplement to keep their calories up so they can keep the energy up to do the manual or the hard labor. And since we don't do that anymore, that's where exercise come in at. So the studies and the things that I have been reading, it says that if you go over a certain amount of time in exercise, you put your body in a stress mode. And if you put your body in a stress mode, you release stress hormones. And if you release stress hormones, which is epinephrine, norepinephrine, and cortisol, those are what we call protective chemicals that are released in the body to let the body knows, hey, you're in a stressful situation, so you need to do what is necessary to protect yourself. And cortisol, one of the things that it does, it helps build fat. Let me say that again. Cortisol is a stress hormone which helps build fat. So what you need to do and understand, there is a delicate balance between nutrition and exercise. You can release more weight by watching what you choose to eat along with moderate exercise. So one of the studies that I have read and on which I'm going to start implementing in my practice and in my personal life is that all calories that are burned are not equal. So there was this one study that was done with identical twins. And so what they did was they had one to do what they call long-term, endurance exercise. So they started her out 15, both of them started them out 15 minutes a day. And they had one twin to incrementally increase their cardio by 5 minutes until they got up to 30 minutes to an hour and a half running every day. Versus the other twin, they increased her increments, but slowly, but they increased her power, or I should say, the strenuous part of her exercise. So she went from walking to sprinting. So, and it was anywhere from 15 to 20 minutes. So at the end of 3 months, they looked at these two identical twins. One was up to running an hour and a half a day, and the other one was just running anywhere from 15 to 20 minutes high sprinting. The one that was running anywhere from 15 to 20 minutes in a high sprint lost more body fat percentage than the twin who was running long endurance for from an hour to an hour and a half. So that was like a light bulb that went off in my head, and I was like, well, you would think if someone is exercising longer, running longer, they would burn more calories, therefore decreasing their what we call their lean muscle mass and decreasing their percentage body fat even more. But that was not the case. So you, based upon what I'm telling you and sharing with you guys now, it's the quality of exercise versus the quantity that will bring down the percentage of body fat. And that was amazing to me. And what they did was for both of them, they had them on the same regimen of foods, but the only difference was the length of exercise and what type. So that was like I said again, that was like a light bulb that went off in my head. So I'm like, she did less exercise a day, but burned more fat, which got her percentage body fat down even more than the one who did the high and the what I would say the long endurance exercise. That is key. That is major, guys. And they also did testing in regards to cardiac and her pulmonary, which is the lungs, and the cardiac to see which one was performing better versus the one who did the long endurance exercise or the one who was doing the short burst of one. And the one that was doing the short burst had more cardiac strength and cardiopulmonary strength. So we were not designed to do long endurance exercises. Also, let's take that back to history. So let's take it back to before all the cars and before all the electronics and flying planes and cars and motorcycles and bikes. Before we had all of that, we would have to walk everywhere, or like I said, most oftentimes, if we're in a dangerous situation, we would have to run quickly and to get away from whatever was chasing us, basically, even though man is at the top of food chain. But just think about that for a moment. Had to get away quickly. Hey, Joanne, thank you for joining on. Please like, invite, and share as you come on. So that only makes sense, right? So for that short burst of time, the person would have to get away or run somewhere and hide or whatever the case may be. That's what we were designed to do. And if we had to walk somewhere for distance to go to another person's home or to travel, or where they said, go west, young man, when they had the wagon trains, and not only did they have the horse and buggy, but people walked as well. They did slow pace walking. It was nothing high endurance for for a for the for the purpose of health. It was the for the purpose of getting somewhere, which was totally different. And during that whole process, if they needed to eat something, they still had to hunt. And if they were traveling, they weren't farming. So all of that makes sense. Hopefully, what I'm saying is making sense to you. So what I'm going to do, first month of the year, January, I kind of back away from the gym. I try to make sure that I do my detox. I make sure I drink my water, because the gym is very, very busy, because we have all those people who makes the New Year resolution that they're going to exercise and all that other kind of stuff. So the gym is very, very busy. So I wait for the busyness to fade away, because by now the people that who were really not committed has fallen off, and then I could get back to the gym. But it is what it is. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do something a little bit different this time. I do like my strengthening class, so I might stick with that. But the rest of the days that I'm going to do short bursts, high intensity exercise for anywhere from 15 to 20 minutes, and see how it does. And if it's just like it is in the research, I should be seeing a significant change. I think I do pretty much eat clean and eat healthy, but I'm going to, based upon my clinical reading and research and what I've heard and what I'm trying to implement in my practice. You guys know that I try to do it on myself first before I share it with my patients. So I'm going to see how that works. And so one of the things that was a question mark for me is if this research has been done, and you're telling people to exercise 30 minutes a day for at least 5 days a week, and there is no clinical proof that is improving cardiac health and respiratory health, why is it being um, said that's what people need to do? So that's a big question mark for me. So the only reason why I can think that could be because they know people lead a sedentary lifestyle anyway, which means they sit around a lot, sit around to eat, what they call couch potatoes. You work all day, you come home, take your shoes off, whatever, prepare your meal, eat, and you sit on the couch, watch TV until it's time to go to bed, and then there's no exercise included in people's lives. So I guess maybe this is just me talking, trying to see why they would recommend something that they know in long term, long run, that is really not increasing cardiac health and cardiac pulmonary health. So the only thing that I can think of is that they're saying some beats none. So if you tell somebody 30 minutes, maybe you might get 10 or 15 minutes. I don't know, because sometimes I do that as a doctor too. Sometimes I recommend things people at a higher frequency, hoping that I would at least get some versus none. So that's the only thing that I can figure. But I'm also on sometimes on at certain things. I'm also a conspiracy theorist too as well. The medical industry and the medical field, the way it's created and designed, is to be lucrative based upon people being ill and not feeling well. So there may be things in place on purpose. I'm just going to be honest here. Whoop. Things put in place on purpose for people to go down the wrong road, to go down the wrong path, so they will not get the benefit of true knowledge as far as health is concerned, so they can be the best that they can be, so they can live healthy. Because if you don't tap into that system, that pharmaceutical system, um, how can they make money off you? So if you're eating right, exercising the way that you were created and designed to, hydrating the way that you're supposed to, getting the right amount of sleep that you should, as we mature and as we get younger and younger, you don't require all those pharmaceuticals. If I would say at least if 30% of the people under the sound of my voice were not on medication or anywhere, that would be a huge hit to the pharmaceutical industry, and that would be a huge hit to our economic structure as a country, and even globally. So there might be recommendations at one point in time that they thought that was right based upon their research and whatever, but things change, people evolved, so we need to change with our information and with our knowledge. So that's what I plan to do. Now that I have the knowledge, I am going to make some changes and see how that works for me, because I don't want to, um, let's just be real, as a physician, as a doctor, it can be high stress at times, and exercise is supposed to be an outlet for that stress. So I don't want to be exercising wrong, putting myself in a stress state, and still working as a physician under a stress state. Where's my relief? Right? So I'm going to allow you guys to follow me on this, so I can let you guys see how it affects my life and how it will allow me to do it. Because at certain times, um, when I get onto a roll or consistency with my exercise, at a certain point, it gets to a point where I feel exhausted. So with the exercise on top of what I do as a doctor, because as you guys know, Bethesda Holistic Center, one of our branches of our practice is home visiting. So we take the doctor's office into people's homes. So that's in the car, out the car, up the stairs, down the stairs. I mean, I remember one time I went to a building and the elevator didn't work and I was on the seventh floor. So all my equipment and all my bags and everything that I had, even though I went up on the elevator, I had to come down with all that equipment. And I just thank God that I had the wherewithal and the strength to do it and the health to do it. But all of that encompassed with working out too. On top of that, can be exhausting. So when I get to that point where in the morning and I wake up and I feel tired or whatever the case may be, I will listen to my body and I will get the rest that I need. Because the less you sleep, the more you eat. Let me say that again. We did a whole topic on sleep. So go to my YouTube channel, Medical Monday with Grace Patterson, and look under sleep. We've talked about sleep and does how does it affect your overall health and your weight. So if you're sleeping or not getting enough sleep, you're going to eat more. And it has a lot to do with your cortisol levels, which is a stress hormone, which have you craving certain things when you don't get the right amount of sleep. So I said all that to say you have to listen to your body, even if you're someone that works out a lot. We have people that some people label as what they call gym rats or whatever, is at the gym every day. I'm not knocking you, but and that's what you do that. I'm not knocking that at all, but it does come to a time and to a point where you have to listen to your body. And if you're sustaining a lot of injuries, you have to recover and allow your body to heal so you can continue to work out and lead a healthy lifestyle. Because I know a lot of people that work out a lot and they have a lot of injuries, and and they need their body to recoup from that. So listen to me real clear. If you have gotten instructions from your doctor that you should eat well, sleep well, and get some exercise, at least 30 minutes a day, you need to adhere to that. And but like I told you, what I'm going to do, I'm going to change up some things around. I'm not going to do as many hour classes as I used to, and I'm going to branch off on my own, or probably get a trainer or something and build up my endurance for high intensity in a short amount of time. And I really do, based upon my reading and knowing how the body works and the physiology, I think I'm going to see a huge difference and a huge change. And I'm excited about that. And then hopefully what I find out about me that I can share with you all and also implement in my practice. I know it's really hard for our healing clinic because we do pain management service, which I call the healing clinic. Uh, People that do the physical therapy, it does manage their pain a lot better because the stronger your tendons and your muscles are, and as you increase your strengthening, yes, it will manage the pain a lot better. And it's not always about exercise. If you have a good physical therapist, not only are they strengthening those areas, but they do other modalities for pain management. So such things as TENS units would give electrical therapy there, ultrasound, which gives electro shock waves to that area, heat, massage, and sometimes maybe icing, cold packs really help manage those areas. And if you under someone under the sound of my voice who works out avidly, you also need to be incorporating those type of things in your regimen. You should not just be working out all the time. You need a time for recovery. You need some type of massage. You need some type of heat therapy. You definitely need to stretch before and after. I know a lot of people that work out and before we get to the cool down and stretching, they're packing up everything and putting everything back before that time comes. No, you should not do that. You need to do the stretching and you need to do the end of the workout as well to prevent from injuries from happening. Now, I do believe in working your way up. If you're not used to working out 30 minutes a day or even 10, 15 minutes a day, work your way up. And What is the best way to do that? Me, myself, am a morning person. I want to get my workout done and be done with it, because at the end of the day, I'm not going to do it at the end of the day. I just know. I mean, it's been years of working out. I'm just not at the end of the day person. Once I'm done with work, I want to go home. I'm not going to go to the gym. So if you're someone under the sound of my voice, if you don't have can't afford a gym membership, you don't want to go to the gym, it's a lot of things that you can do at home. When we were younger, it was called calisthenics. Yes, you did sit-ups, you did push-ups, you did weight backs, you did stretching side to side. We marched and walked in place. Before there was any gym equipment or anything like that, those are the things that you can do. So in the morning, if you want to start out with 5 minutes, get up 5 minutes before your regular time and do something for 5 minutes. There's so many things out there now. If you have cable, they have exercise channel. There's YouTube. There's your phone. There's apps. You could do something. Whatever the case may be, for 5 minutes. Everybody has 5 minutes, and then what you do for that first week, just get up 5 minutes before your regular time and do something for 5 minutes. Then the next week, add another 5 minutes. So get up a little bit, 10 minutes before your start of the day, and do something for 10 minutes, and then add another 5 minutes, which will get you to 15 minutes. You just add 5 minutes per week to get you up to the 30 minutes to start. And that's how you work your way up in your endurance and your momentum. I do believe in working the whole body, or when I used to work out with a group, we would work on muscle groups. So there's a lot of things that are out there to get you to do your muscle groupings. So like it might be Monday, it might be chest and arms. Then on Tuesday was leg day. Wednesday may be your core, your belly, and back. So you can work on your core. So each day can be a muscle group day for you. So there's a lot of ways that you can incorporate exercise. How about this? I have done this before when I was really high and really serious about meeting a goal in regards to my endurance. For those of you that might, do at the computer a lot, when you take a break, just stand and walk in place. If you're someone who like to watch a 30-minute show, a 30-minute show is really a 15-minute show, because they show so many commercials. So during the commercials, while they're showing the commercial, just stand in place and walk. I mean, there's so many things now. They have Apple Watches, they have Fitbits. There are so many things out there. Even your phone, if you don't have an Apple Watch or Fitbit or your phone, you can download an exercise app that is like a pedometer that can track your steps for the day. There's so many things that you can do now. There's no excuse for it. Now, let's say, for instance, you're someone under the sound of my voice that have an injury. Let's say you may have an ankle problem or a knee problem. You could still do upper body things, and vice versa. If you have something going on with your upper body, you can always do something lower body, and get an accountability partner. Get someone that will call you or text you and say, how's it going? What are you doing? It's nothing wrong with a little bit of competition. It's fun if you have someone you can compete with, or whatever the case may be. And no judgment. No judgment. If you fall off or whatever the case may be, that you're able to communicate with that person what you're doing and what you're not doing, and how you want to improve that in that area. And this is what I highly recommend. Write it down. Write it down. Where do you see yourself a week from now, 2 weeks from now, 3 weeks from now, 4 weeks from now, a month from now, 2 months, 3 months? Where do you want to be in regards to your health and getting your body moving? Is very, very important. And it's very, very important if you're someone under my voice, sound of my voice, if you have children. It's children don't play outside like they used to. I mean, you can go down a whole bunch of streets during any time of the year. You don't see people, well, I don't. And I'm out in the neighborhoods, children out and playing. So what they're doing, they're at home watching TV, they're video games on their computers. So whatever you need to do to get your children up and active, do that. It's very, very important. Even if it's just for 30 minutes or an hour, no electronics, no cell phone. Get up, move around. Let's go outside and throw a ball, or whatever the case may be. Not only is it good for your children, but it's also good for you as well. So it has to be a lifestyle. I am not talking about a diet. I hate that word. Um, I am talking about a lifestyle. It has to be something that you do. Now, those of you that know me, you got. It's so funny. It's like when I go to the worship center, I can't remember. Somebody asked me. They were like, "Are you parked close?" And they were like, "Oh no, you never park close." And I don't. I like to park far away because that keeps me my body moving. I think I'm gonna have to start parking a little bit further now because I'm used to where I'm parking now. So I need to push back a little, even a little bit further when I go, or even where my office is. I need to start parking further away from the entrance because my body is used to those distances now. So I have to increase those distances. And even going to the restroom in the building that I'm in, I'll go to the second floor. So now we have a three-story building. So now I'm gonna start going to the third floor. So what I'm doing for myself, because your body is very, very smart and will adjust real quickly to what you're doing. So you have to mix it up and switch it up. So that is very, very important that you understand that you need to do that. Hey, Beverly Grant. Hey, Michelle Griffin. Thank you for joining on. Hey, cousin. How are you? Please like, invite, share. This is very, very important. If you want to stay youthful, if you want to maintain your health, you want your latter days to be greater than your former, you have to do it right now. God has promised us longevity and a long life, but we have to do our part too, our maintenance. Whatever you put in here, and I've said it over and over again, either going to add life or take away. Whatever comes out of here on either adding life or taking away. So you have to watch your words. Don't be a murmurer and a complainer. Be more positive. Have a positive outlook. Have positive thoughts. For every negative thought, come on, you have to come back with it with three positive things. Okay, that is very, very important. It's a mindset, it's a lifestyle. I cannot stress that more than enough. So tomorrow my plan is I plan to go to the gym tomorrow. I'm gonna do my strength class tomorrow. On Wednesday, I'm going to do my short burst of exercise. I'm gonna see how that goes. I've never been a sprinter. I've never been a runner. So I'm gonna have to build myself up. So my plan for me on Wednesday is probably do 30 minutes on a treadmill or on an elliptical, but I'm going to do interval training. So what is interval training? So for a certain amount um, of what they call resistance, I'm going to do, maybe regular pace and then do my strenuous with interval, and you can pick your intervals. And so I'm going to work my way up so I can do high intensity for at least 15 minutes straight. But I'm gonna have to work my way up to that because I'm not used to that. So I'm gonna let you guys know how that goes. And then I'm going to incorporate some more stretching, and maybe something like we do have a stretching class and maybe some yoga. I remember about 2 years ago, about 3 years now. I know when I incorporated stretching and yoga class, I became more defined, because that's what it does. And so I need you guys to come up with what you're going to do in regards to that. Work your way up. Like I said, you're not going to be, if you're not used to working out, you got to set a plan and a goal for yourself to meet where you're going to, as far as where you are right now and where you're going to be. So again, where are you right now as far as you're working out? If you're not working out at all, you need to make up in your mind this is something that you're going to do and start. I know some people are like, well, it's already Monday. If you didn't start today, there's always tomorrow. And just do it. I mean, like Nike, just do it. I mean, just get started. Find an accountability partner, okay? Reach out to me, message me, let me know where you are, and I can do it with you. I have someone that's going to be doing a detox for the next 4 days, and I told them that I would do it with them, and they're going to be doing water, fruit, and salad. So I can do that with them. I'm really not a meat eater anyway, but during this time I kind of like like a lot of water, like a lot of fruits and vegetables, and we're gonna be doing it raw. So that's the difference for the next 4 days versus something cooked. So I'm going to be doing that with someone. So and incorporating protein at night. So and then this is someone that's a diabetic, and so I'm going to be helping them monitor their sugars as well, because we're going to be doing what we call the belly buster, and the belly buster do have some carbs in it. So I'm going to be helping this person regimen themselves, watch themselves, and monitor their glucose levels while they go through this detox. And I'm really excited about it, because this person really had an close encounter with death. Yes, had a close encounter with death, and through prayer, that they were able to overcome that. So God did His part. So I'm gonna help this individual to partner with God to make sure that they maintain what God has done for them. So God can heal and deliver in your health. That's what He promises. But then after He does that, we are responsible to maintain what God has done as far as restoring health to someone's body. So always remember, it takes 21 days to create a new behavior. It takes 21 days to create a new behavior. So you need to start now. So make up in your mind, even if it's drinking more water, just pick one thing. Let's make it real easy. All of you under the sound of my voice know that there is something that you should be doing or something that you should stop. So pick one thing that you should be doing and pick one thing that you should stop and start today. Isn't that easy? Let me say that again. Just pick one thing that you should be doing and start, and pick one thing that you should not be doing and stop it. Yes, let's just make it easy as that. And then what happens is, and then do it for 21 days. 21 days is only 3 weeks. And once you incorporate that new thinking and new habit, after 21 days is part of your new lifestyle, and it's real easy. So please invest in yourself and making a choice today to do what is best for you. Okay, please do that. So I really appreciate you guys tuning in. If there's any questions, does anybody have any questions? I get a lot of people that reach out. Hey, Cheryl, thank you for joining. And hey, Larry Smith, just start going back to the gym trying to build my endurance. That is great, Cheryl. Just start where you are. And don't think you have to keep up with the person next to you or whatever the case may be. Listen to your body and do what's good for your body. When I go to the gym and do my classes, the instructors say that all the time. Do what's good for you and what's good for your body. No sweat, no worries. But that is good, Cheryl. Keep it up. I want to start walking after work. Good, do that. Or even during your lunch breaks. That's good. You will do great. Oh, thank you, Maria. Yes, just start where you are. Hey, Beverly Grant, how are you? Hey, Michelle Griffin, thank you for joining on. And please like, invite, and share as you guys come on. It's very important that you do that. Hey, Rhonda Dawson. Hey, Deborah. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing, everyone. Please share. That is very, very important. Hey, Mio Robinson. Hey, how are you? Hey, Marita. Hey, Joanne. I think I said hi to you. Hey, Sharon. Hey, Michael Wells, thank you for joining on. It's very, very important that you start where you are. Hey, Shanitra, it's good to see you on here, Shanitra. Miss Mazine, it's very important that you decide to do that, and that you just partner with someone. If you don't have anyone that you can trust, or you feel that you can partner with, again, message me. I can set up something with you, even as a group. Maybe we can do something as a group. I've offered this before, and the response was very relatively not a good response. I don't know why, because I don't think it's too hard to say that you love yourself enough to say that I'm going to take care of myself and I'm going to do whatever I need to do that. So please do that. And I'm going to let you guys know how it works out. So that is, I got my Tuesday plan, my Wednesday plan, my Thursday, I might take a day off because Thursday, the first Thursday of the month is considered one of my long days. I don't get home until real late because I work. Then after that, we have prayer, and then after prayer, I volunteer on the prayer lines, and sometimes I don't get home until 11 o'clock at night. So for me to work out during that day and do all of that, that's a little bit much. And I like my strength class on Fridays. So if I do all of that, most often time I don't get up in time for my strength class on Fridays. So I kind of don't work out on Thursdays. So I have my Tuesday planned, I have my Wednesday planned, I have my Friday planned. On Saturdays, I normally take off because we have worship on Saturday, which is our Sabbath. Sundays, I really like to do this HIT class. Um, the HIT class, I think it's 45 minutes, and it's very, very high intensity. So what I might do for my HIT class, I might just hit it for 20 minutes and excuse myself to see how I do versus doing the whole 45 minutes. Again, because I'm trying to see how the short burst intensity does versus long endurance, because I don't want to shift my body into a stress state, and see how that works. Hydration is very, very important. Recovery is very, very important, especially if you do high intensity or any strenuous exercise where you're sweating. You have to replenish what you have sweat out. So it's very important that you do that. Hydration is very, very key. And like I said, sleep, rest is very, very important. The less you sleep, the more you eat. So if you're someone under the sound of my voice and you're telling me that you only sleep anywhere from, get deep sleep, good sleep, anywhere from 4 to 6 hours or less, or less, I am not a betting woman, but I am willing to wager that your eating habits are horrible because of lack of sleep. Because you're not getting the sleep that you need, your body is not replenishing itself, it's not detoxing itself, and then people that don't sleep well have cravings. And people that also don't sleep well are deficient, and if they're deficient in certain things and they crave certain things, and those cravings can be associated with certain deficiencies. So if someone can tell me what they're craving at, most often time I can tell them what they're deficient in. And most often time it's all associated and related to lack of sleep. So sleep is very, very important. Do not discount the importance of getting a good night's rest, restorative sleep. I'm not just saying laying down and just laying there and you wake up tired. That is not a good restorative sleep. You should go to sleep and wake up feeling refreshed and replenished. And if you're someone under the sound of my voice that is not happening, that means that you probably need a detox, and you probably are deficient in something, because your body restores itself when it's sleeping, but it can't restore and replenish if you're deficient in something, because you need all the nutrients and minerals that you need while you're sleeping to restore and replenish. And if they're deficient, you're not going to get sleep, and it can't be done while you're sleeping. I split my vitamins or my supplements up during day and night, because I do believe that the body restores and replenishes and heals itself while it's sleeping. So I do my supplements at night. I do still do my belly buster still at night, and during the day when I wake up, still doing my supplements that I've set aside for myself. So pretty soon, I will say it is January, February. I just did my so probably mid-February or the end of February, I'm going to do my micronutrient testing. Um, Especially after I do this detox with this person. So I might do it after I do this detox, and so that I can get a clear reading and a clean reading of where I am nutrient wise. And I highly recommend that you guys do that as well. Those of you that have spoken to me over the weekend and who are interested in getting your micronutrient testing done, you need to give us a call so I can get you on the schedule so we can get it done. And that number is 248 356-1111. And the person that I'm talking about, you have my number because you text me. So text me so we can get you on the schedule so we can get your blood drawn and get that taken care of as soon as possible. So I appreciate you guys tuning in to Medical Monday. I'm ending a little bit earlier because I'm getting ready to go to bed. Yes, so I can get up in the morning and be on time for the gym tomorrow and get myself prepared, pack my bag and all that good stuff. And because after the gym, I do have patients that I have to go out in the field and see. I thank God for this heat wave that we're having. I saw somebody without a coat on today. Yeah, I saw somebody today without a coat on. Really? Okay, we just came off a deep freeze. Okay, it's still wintertime. Um, please wear your coats. Please wear your hats. Please be appropriate. um, and so it's very, very important that we do that. And I thank you guys for tuning in. Is there any questions or comments that you guys maybe have? I'm scrolling through to see. You said, Linda, she said ice cream. You are so right. What was that? What did you say? Ice cream. Hey, James Edmonds, I crave ice cream. Oh, you crave ice cream. That's sugar. So you'll come to Florida if I need a partner. Yeah, sure. I will come to Florida, and then with technology now, we can FaceTime or whatever the case may be. Craving ice cream is craving sugar, and ice cream is dairy. And we talked about dairy, how milk is from a cow, and how we're the only mammals that eat another mammal's milk, and how eating ice cream and the hormones and all of that is in there. Mama cow makes milk for a baby cow, so a baby cow can become a big cow. So hopefully you will rethink ice cream. Yeah, based upon what I just said. Um, so yes, and you can get they market milk and dairy products for calcium source. There's other ways that you can get calcium without eating ice cream and dairy and stuff like that. So there's other ways that you can get calcium. Calcium is very, very important for, they say for teeth, bones, and also for fat metabolism. Calcium is very, very important. I remember when I did my micronutrient testing and found out that I was low in calcium, and when I started implementing calcium into my regimen because I was deficient, I saw how I was started losing more inches. So if you're someone under the sound of my voice and you're having a hard time with releasing weight, it's not only could be hormonal, but it could be that there are some deficiencies there. And I say this every time I come on Medical Monday. We at Bethesda Holistic Center pride ourselves on finding out what people are deficient in and supplementing you to the milligram dose for 3 to 6 months, along with telling you what food choices you need to incorporate in um, your daily food choices. It's very, very, very important that you do that. And even some of you that are the best eaters and you're vegan and organic and all that other kind of stuff, we live in a very capitalistic society. We're supposed to farm for 7 years and let the land rest for a year, and we're supposed to rotate our crops. And sometimes that does not happen. So the nutrients that used to be in the soil is not there like it used to be years ago. So we definitely need to know what we are lacking in so we can identify what that is, where you are right now and where you want to be 3 to 6 months from now in regards to your nutrient health. So if you're someone under the sound of my voice that is interested in finding out what you are deficient in, you've been to doctor, and they're just treating the symptoms and not getting to the root cause of what's going on with you, call us 248-356-11111, 248-356-1111. Please give us a call. Our website is www.bw-center.com. That's www.bw-center.com. If you have a topic that you would like for us to talk about, if there's something that you want to talk about, message me and we'll talk about that topic. Go to YouTube. We have a plethora of videos there, from sleep, hormones, male and female hormones to micronutrient testing, platelet replacement therapy. We talk about peptides. We have talked about sleep and the lack of sleep. We talked about weight wellness. We have talked about so many things there. So go and check out some of the videos and listen to them while you're working, while you're in your car, or whatever the case may be. Share them with your friends and your family, and let them know that there is a doctor out there who is truly care about you from the inside out. Talked about emotions. We talked about mindset and how it's very, very important that your mindset lines up with the Word of God so you can live a healthy, long life. So please go there. We're also on Facebook, Medical Monday, Facebook Live. I'm Dr. Grace Patterson. I have a personal page, but again, it's Medical Monday on Instagram as well. So we're on all social media, and I thank you guys for tuning in, for just being consistent and sharing and being caring in regards to being here every Monday at 8 o'clock. I do not take it for granted. I do not take it lightly that you take time out to do that. We even talked about the importance of, or the lack thereof, of the flu vaccine and the side effects and how that affects people's lives. We do use holistic modalities in our practice. We also have an infusion that is anti-inflammatory that's made with 12 plants. We have a healing clinic, which is help people wean off opiates to manage their pain. We have joint. We inject the joints directly with natural supplements that is not, as damaging as steroids. We also have another infusion for people that may have lymphedema, which is swelling of the arms and legs. We have infusions for that. We also have infusions for those who don't want to take the flu vaccine that's made with plants, that is a potent antiviral, antibacterial. We even make our own oil of oregano oil if that's something that you're interested in to keep your immune system up consistently. So please reach out to us. Let us know what we can do for you. Again, I'm Dr. Grace Patterson, managing owner of Bethesda Holistic Center and Everything New in the Metro Detroit area of Southfield, Michigan. Yes, yes, yes. We even have products like turmeric, alkaline water, black seed oil. I even did a show on black seed oil. We even have that. And if that's something that you're interested in, I even took early on a Medical Monday, I even took you through your kitchen and told you what spices in your cabinet that have medicinal purposes in regards to maintaining a healthy life, and I took you through those as well. So please share this video, share and tell people to go to YouTube, Medical Monday, Grace Patterson YouTube. www.bw-center.com is our website. Telephone number 248-356-1111. That's 248-356-1111. We thank you so much for tuning in. It is now 9 o'clock on Monday night. I will see you next Monday. Same time, same bad station.